macro numbers to watch out for? Latha?
No, actually, that is the big number. You know, Shireen rattled out a lot of tax cuts and spending programs. That doesn't gel with fiscal deficit. And say what you will, that number of 3% fiscal deficit will win the finance minister a lot of accolades. Acceptability if it is 3.2. Complete rejection if it is more than that. I think the market will take it very badly. Reform credentials go out of the window. So I think that number is going to be magical. And I have reason to believe that given the record of the last 2 years, you know, they will stick to that fiscal discipline path. They have not been profligate at all. But then after that, all the taxes that Shireen mentioned, you know, you can have all these programs and still do some jugglery with tax growth. Yeah. So, you know, that's what the market will watch out for. How much are they assuming will come from the IDS2? Or for that matter, how much comes from RBI dividend? These are the ways in which you make up the tax revenues and non-tax revenues. Tax revenues normally should be just 1% over nominal GDP. Nominal GDP is expected to rise by 11%. Normally, tax revenues should rise by 12%. But then you can add some taxes, service taxes, for instance, from 12 to 15%, from 15 to 18%. You could cut some. Ultimately, the numbers should not look very out of line. And as well, RBI dividend. You know, this time the RBI has destroyed more notes than it has destroyed over the past 10 years. And it has printed more notes than it has printed over the past 10 years. You know, the cost of printing one note and destroying it, 10 rupees. I mean, it takes about 5 rupees to print a note and another 2 or 3 rupees to destroy it. So RBI dividend cannot be that big. 20,000 crores is spent just on cleaning up the notes. It's paying reverse repo interest rates for the excess money that banks are holding. That's a 5.75. So I don't, if there is a big RBI dividend, people will not believe it. So, you know, you have to have credible numbers. Yeah. And then, of course, as Shireen was pointing out, the CapEx plans. You can give a big CapEx plan, but the NHAI and the railways have not been able to spend it. So you might as well announce, and in the end, in the last quarter, cancel it. So those numbers will not be important. You can announce just about anything and get away. But yes, on the bank part, I think it will be closely watched. The bank recapitalization number. Is there a bad bank creation? That will be taken positive by the stock markets, but there could be a lot of reformers who believe that makes bankers irresponsible. And where is the capital? Yeah. So those are the, and of course the cash withdrawal tax. So banks is a sector that you have to really watch out for, whether it's fiscal deficit or whether it is all these schemes.
Okay, well, we have you to analyze the fine print of the budget when it comes through, but let's